Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Fortress Striker, and today I want to have a serious talk. Now, before I start, because you probably read what the content of the video will be, I want to say I apologize for not being, talking around with for my videos that could have been helpful from last week, as I was out of cable and I didn't get cable until Thursday, which was a surprise. So I have been having for a while. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna do some ideas maybe sometime soon, later on this week I can. But let's get to that now. I want to talk about this now. I'm on Facebook currently right now, and as of this moment, for those who don't know, I'm a huge Steven Universe fan from Cartoon Network. So and surprisingly, the Steven Universe fandom can get really messed up for some reason. I never know this much. For those who don't know, the show is basically it's a show about a boy named Steven Universe who was entered this world when his mother, who was known as a crystal, who was known as actually a gem, all right, from their home world, which is a well, actually I don't know about the name. His mother's name was Rose Quartz, all right, and she was a leader of the gem. So basically, been on Earth trying to protect the Earth for thousands of years. With her gems who've been protected years, and those who are now left are basically Garnet and Pearl, and they later on found Amethyst. But that's for no source, so I don't give you a heads up. And then years later, like was in the 1980s or whatever, she met a guy named Greg, who was a guy who was like in his early 20s, not because he's like coming to college, but he's not there. He was a current musician, but gave it all up to be with her. Afterwards, later on, she got pregnant, and she couldn't stay because it was very difficult to stay around. So she gave her life force in order to bring out Steven in the universe. So now Steven became, of course, Steven Quartz Universe. Now became a little boy. No one knows his age currently right now. He basically now contains his mother's gem. It's the only way to make him alive. And he's under the guardianship of the crystal gems, Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl. And sometimes he's with his father, but his father's always lives somewhere in the town, but they all live together. It's all have a place. It's a good show. I would recommend this. This show has a lot of things that people are surprised to see. This show can be has a lot of anime themes for him. This little kid, this boy, yes, he's a fat, but I actually kind of like how it is, because it was thinking he's skinny, but it's better this way because it shows that we can all make a change. The creator for the show was Rebecca Sugar. Rebecca Sugar is the crew basically who did a lot of work in Cartoon Network for a couple years. She even did work for Adventure Time and all that. She even sings the intro. But when she created Steven Universe, she was the first creator for Cartoon Network as a female. First female creator show. So it was pretty decent. And when she put up the show started a little cartoonish as it is, but it got deep into the story and more, and it showed a lot. It showed so much pain, suffering, emotions, feels, laughter, hype, everything. All these shows that shows. But the one thing that kind of surprises a lot of people is basically the way how now there's actually lesbian sense, because there actually is. I do not wish to spoiler, but there are some characters that end up doing that, but they don't. But it actually should be a time, because for those who don't know, we are, well, what am I saying? You do know. We actually are now in a time where America is already allowed to have gay marriage everywhere. And honestly, I think it's believed time we started making a little bit changing to everything. A lot of people now, back in the day, used to go crazy when oh, this is gay, we cannot tolerate this, this is bad for our children, we must take this out immediately. Many people suffer to that, especially when people used to watch the show, the Teletubbies. Good show, watch it. Steven Universe has a lot of great things that actually can share a kid, and that can actually make sure not be afraid of anything. It actually shows a lot. Now, the reason I want to say something about the fandom earlier is because for the fact that someone was almost attempted suicide, and I'll be glad to show you about this right now. Okay, so in the last week, the Steven Universe fandom has come under heavy criticisms after a member was bullied to the point of an attempted suicide. The Tumblr side of Steven Universe has been picked apart for attacking members and heavy enforcement of gender issues. Let me make this super clear. Stop it. Steven Universe is more than a show about sexuality. It is a show about a boy that will never know his mother. It's about falling for someone who may be a jerk, but only you see the good in him. It's about love, loss, and being a family, even if it's unconventional. And not to say it is also about gender and sexuality, but that's not the main part of the show. I have an instance of this week where a follower lost it at me over something little. I know a lot, and you are between 14 and 25, so let me give you some life advice. P.S. This is not me. This is basically an admin from Facebook. They're sharing around. The one this one says is actually Ann Steven. I will link a link to his page in the bottom. I'll continue. Grow some thicker skin and deal with it. There will always be someone doing something you don't like. There will always be someone that you won't agree with, and there will always be someone you don't like. The trick is to talk nicely to them about it, and if you can't do that, ignore it. This is not a new concept and is super easy to learn. I would not let this fandom be dragged down because of a few bad members, so here are 3 things to remember. Be nice to others even if you don't agree. Don't attack others, and most importantly, it's just a cartoon. So calm your tits, people. Thanks for reading this rant. T.O. Dr. Quit being a dick, people, and be nice to others. This page also supports any artist out there that is starting out with a pro. Hashtag love for Zami070 is for the artist that was bullied into attempting suicide. Draw what you love and draw what you want. And Steven Emmett. Now, I have to agree with that, what this Emmett person is. Now, people, come on. I know you're a fan of. People were fans with Adventure Time, people are fans with animes. I'm a fan. I respect these shows that I can say. And if I don't like it, I'm like, for reasons. But I would not bully someone. I would not criticize them. I would explain my purposes why I dislike this. But I would not tolerate how people are just bullying someone else. And you fight back, but to be honest with you, you are being sent to that somehow someone can send someone else to commit suicide. That is sick and wrong. That's disturbing and that's disrespectful. We are now in the age of the 21st century, and people have now end up being immature and have been disgruntled, and now things have not yet changed. Okay, not yet changed. And no, don't stop saying blame Obama because that's just stupid. I love the show. I love how the things are going on. I can only say I hate the hiatus, but who doesn't? And the special episode that was so stupid. But anyway. When I'm talking about this video, the whole point about it is that telling someone to kill themselves is a horrible thing to say. And being disrespectful all for a show. And trust me, I love this show. I'm not gonna say it's just a show, but I'm saying if you're not much of a fan, okay, that's fine. If you have your positives and negatives, then work it out. Find a way. If you don't like it, then don't brag about it. Don't be disrespectful to someone else. They're not the problem. You're just having a little issue with the show. Some people do. But you need to learn to take control of it and learn to know what you're gonna say. Because you be ending up doing something horrible. You're not going to get arrested for it unless the person actually knows you and can actually arrest you for threat. They could actually just kick you on Facebook, alright, for just being disrespectful, alright, but you need to watch what you say, because when you kill a human being, you're killing someone that was very closer to that person being sad, and you're like, it's all thoughts and nothing, but you know what, you're being disrespectful. People might know who you are, but when they do know who you are, they will find you as just a person. They can send messages, and they could do the same thing to you, and it's a never-ending cycle to it. So I want to say this: stop it, stop what you're doing, and please, just think before what you say, and just move on. All right? If you want to have a talk about this, but be gentle about it. If you have an issue with it, then send a letter to the creator and then see what happens. People do that. We're in a new era, people. Grow up. That's all I have to say about today. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give this a like. Comment what you guys believe. Share this to anyone so we send a message. As like my Facebook page. And this is Fortress Striker saying, be respectful to anyone, or don't bother speaking. Later.